Konnichiwa, hello, my name is Miki and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my empties. I have so many empties here that I want to share with you guys, and I'm going to let you know if I would repurchase them or if I wouldn't. I don't know if you guys noticed, but YouTube has been acting a fool and unsubscribing people and turning off their notification buttons. So if you guys enjoy my channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification right here so you guys know when I post my videos. And let's get on to my disclaimer. If you are super sensitive to profanity or if you are easily offended, this is not the place for you. I am a no filter bitch and I have no idea what's gonna come out of my mouth, so keep that in mind while you're watching. So if you guys are interested in my empties, then just stay tuned. You guys, so I have quite a bit of empties here. I have a few makeup products, but most of them are like body care products. The first product I have is the NYX Pore Filler. Now, I absolutely love this stuff. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you know that I use this religiously because my pores are ginormous as hell. And this actually minimizes my pores. It kind of fills them in. I like to use this around the nose area here and sometimes on my forehead when I'm having like a really bad creasy day. And when I say creasy, I mean those little wrinkles that I have whenever I frown. I have these two lines. This helps my foundation not only stay in place, but it also helps with creasing around my nose, which is why I really like this stuff. My makeup looks so much better with this stuff on. I honestly don't know if I'm going to repurchase this because there are other products out there that are pore filling that I want to try, but I will say that if I never found anything else, this is definitely my tried and true because it actually fills your freaking pores and it's really affordable. So I have no qualms about this. I would definitely repurchase this. The next couple of products are all the same types of products but from different brands, and they are all concealers. I am someone who sometimes uses concealer all over my face whenever I'm just feeling some type of way and I don't want to put on foundation all over. I'll just use it to kind of spot conceal, and that's why my concealers always go really fast. The first concealer I have is the BH Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer. Now, a lot of people say that this is a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape, and I totally agree, except this one doesn't have as much coverage. It's not like a really big difference that you can notice, but I do notice that this one doesn't have as much coverage as the Tarte Shape Tape. But this is also like a fraction of the price. I believe this is like $5 or $6, and so it's a lot more affordable. So if you're someone who likes the Tarte Shape Tape but wants an affordable version of it, this is your guy. Now, I am someone who has really dry under eyes, and I feel like when I did have hydrated under eyes, this was like my best friend. I loved it. I used it religiously, and then once my under eyes started getting a little dry, I noticed that just like the Tarte Shape Tape, this clings to dry patches. So if you have any dryness under your eyes, or if you use concealer as a eyeshadow base, then you kind of want to be careful with this guy, and you want to hydrate with eye cream a lot before you put this on because this will dry down a little bit on the matte side. Now, I will say this sets beautifully with powder. You won't have any creasing, you won't have any cakiness, any of that stuff. So I definitely would repurchase this once my under eyes were a little bit more hydrated, but as of now, for dry skin, I'm gonna say this is a no for me. The next concealer is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and this guy has been through a lot with me. Now, this is in the shade Fair 5, which I'm not really sure they sell anymore. I don't think they do. This may be advertised as a concealer, but it is one of the best eyeshadow bases I have ever put on my eyes. This actually makes your eyeshadow really vibrant. It stays on, like makes your eyeshadow last all day. There's no creasing. That's one thing I noticed with this concealer is because I have hooded eyes, I notice creasing like right off the bat because it's so noticeable with me. And I always get like that weird moon eye where all the eyeshadow kind of cakes up in your crease, and it ain't a cute look. So this guy has really helped with the creasing and the caking up of the eyeshadow in my creases. There is not enough I can say about this as an eyeshadow base, but as a concealer, this is not the best concealer. I have learned that if you have dry skin, this is not going to be your friend. This clings to dry patches so much, it dries down super duper matte. I will say that there's no creasing with this, so if you're in the market for a matte concealer that does not crease, this is your guy right here. But if you have dry skin, I would not recommend this because it's going to cling to every single dry patch. It also leaves your face feeling really dry afterwards, like when you take off your makeup at the end of the day. But as an eyeshadow base, this thing is just amazing. So I would totally repurchase this, just not as a concealer, more as an eyeshadow base. Next and last concealer is the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour concealer. Now, this is actually my third tube, I believe. I love this stuff. Now, I am really excited because they came out with a conceal and hydrate formula for concealer and a foundation. I actually did a review on the foundation and I loved it. I actually went back to Ulta and I got the conceal and hydrate concealer, but we are here to talk about this guy. Now, I'm not going to go too much into detail about this because I've included this in my past videos, but I absolutely love it. The coverage is amazing. This is one of those concealers that is definitely a kind of satin matte finish, but the one thing I love about it is that it does not cling to dry patches, so I can still get a matte under eye look without having all the cakiness or the clinging to the dry patches or making my under eyes feel super dehydrated when I take off my makeup. And that's why I am just really in love with this concealer and I keep on repurchasing it because I just love the way it feels. I love the way that it sets, especially with powder, because again, there's no creasing. All the things that you really want in a concealer is definitely in this guy. Also, it's super affordable. I want to say that this is like $9–10, and to me, you really can't beat that. They also have a different size in this. They have the mini, which is kind of like this size, and then they have the jumbo size if you're really into these concealers, which I don't know why I didn't just buy the jumbo size because I really, really love this concealer and I feel like I'm just going to be repurchasing it over and over, and I cannot wait to try the conceal and hydrate, especially if it's anything like this with the coverage, but it's more hydrating. That's going to be my jam right there. If you're in the market for a good concealer that does not cling to dry patches and you're a dry girl but you're looking for that satin matte finish, this is your guy right here. So that was all the concealers. Now I'm going to go into mascaras. I have two mascaras here. The first one is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. I love this mascara. Not only do I love the component because it's so heavy, I feel like if someone were to try to hurt you could really hurt someone with this because it is very, very heavy. It's very solid. Now I love the applicator because it's not one of those boo-boo sponges that are silicone, which always poke me in the eye, and it hurts really, really bad, you guys. If you guys have never poked yourself with a silicone applicator, cheers to you, but I do it all the time, which is why I prefer these kind of spoolies or lash applicators. Now, I love this because it lengthens my freaking lashes. It actually looks like I have maybe a pair of like Ardell Wispies, and I like the fact that it doesn't clump all over the place. It doesn't clump your lashes together as well, giving you like a weird spider type of lash, which I don't enjoy. I don't know anybody who really does enjoy those kind of lashes these days, but I just really like this because it's not waterproof, but it doesn't really budge with water. Now, if you splash your face with water, it's probably going to smudge and run and all that good stuff. But if you're just going about your normal day and it's summertime and you're sweating, this is not going to really give you like those raccoon eyes. It's not going to budge. It's not going to smudge. It's not going to clump up, and you're not going to have all these black dots all over your face. So this mascara is definitely something that I would repurchase over and over again because I just love it so much. The next mascara is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. This guy, I cannot. Like, this thing is so dry and clumpy and weird, and it gets all over the place. This is really different from the non-waterproof version. I have tried the non-waterproof Better Than Sex mascara and I absolutely loved it. Now, this guy, I don't know what it is. I know the formula is obviously different because this is waterproof, the other one is not, but this one just leaves your lashes so clumpy, so just like stuck together, so they're not separated. It's not cute. You're having all these black dots all over your face because once it dries down, it just kind of flakes off, and it's just really not a cute look. Not only that, but I've had actual flakes of this in my eye before, and once it gets into your contacts, then you're pretty much fucked. So this is something that I would not recommend. If you're gonna buy a mascara from Too Faced, buy the Better Than Sex non-waterproof one, which is in the pink tube, because that one's way, way better. If you want to dupe for the Better Than Sex mascara, definitely the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara, hands down. So would I repurchase this? Hell no. So that's all for my makeup products. I know it's not a lot, but it's really hard to get through certain makeup products if it's not concealer or mascara, because mascara, I usually don't have it for more than 5 to 6 months because it either dries out or you should be throwing it away because that's really gross. Mascara, you basically just put all that bacteria back in the tube, so you shouldn't be using mascara any longer than 6 months. After that, you need to toss it. So on to body care products. Now, the first product is not necessarily an empty, but it's pretty much there. This is the Jeffree Star Velour Lip Scrub. I am so in love with Jeffree Star's lip scrubs. They are just so good. They're so yummy. They smell delicious. They actually freaking work on your lips, and they leave your lips feeling smooth without all those dry flakiness on your lips. This is actually the first one that I purchased. This is in strawberry gum. Now this is not completely empty, but you can see the bottom there. It's just that it expired. The one thing I really like about this is that there's an expiration date on the bottom, and I didn't realize until maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. This expired in February 2019. So I had been using this till about a month ago, and then I realized I need to stop. Not only does it smell amazing, but it tastes amazing. It works on your lips. It leaves your lips feeling nice and smooth afterwards. Before I put on any type of lipstick, I'm using this. Before I go to bed, I'm using this so I can put my lip mask on. It's just an overall great product, but because this is expired, I'm gonna have to say goodbye to it. Now, would I repurchase this? Yes, I've already repurchased another one. Well, actually, my husband repurchased it for me, and it is the caramel one, I believe, and I am in love with that lip scrub. So definitely would repurchase this over and over. Definitely recommend this. So the next product is the Pixie Glow Tonic. Now, as I was looking at my empties, I noticed that this is a 5% glycolic acid toner. I don't know why I didn't realize that before or put 2 and 2 together, but if you guys have seen my last video, which was my summer favorites, I included the ordinary glycolic acid toner in there, which is 7%, which is why I now realize why this hasn't worked for me in a while, is because I think my skin got used to the 5% and it needed something a little bit stronger, which is why I'm using the ordinary now, and I've seen a lot more differences with that one than I do with this one. Now, when I first started using this, because this is like my second or third bottle, my first bottle, I noticed a huge difference in my skin. It has lightened so much of my dark spots and my hyperpigmentation. It's also decreased a lot of my acne scars when I was first using it, and I had really like deep dimples in my face from the acne scarring. This stuff was amazing, and I would totally repurchase this again if my skin wasn't so like needy for more, because this is 5% as opposed to the 7% that I'm using now. But if you're someone who wants to start dipping your toes into chemical exfoliants, I would definitely recommend this, especially if you have never used a glycolic acid before. You want to make sure that it's not going to irritate your skin, or you're going to be allergic to it, or you're going to have some kind of reaction. And so this is definitely one of the glycolic acids that I would recommend, because it actually freaking works. I can't really say that this is affordable because this thing is $15. There's 3.4 fluid ounces, and that to me is really not cheap. So if you have a little bit money to splurge, I would say get this guy. If not, then I would say definitely go with the ordinary glycolic toner, because that thing I believe was like $8, and I want to say it's about 8 fluid ounces. So double and then some from this, and it's a lot cheaper, and it's a little bit more of a higher percentage. But again, if you are someone with dry, sensitive skin, you want to go for a lower percentage first. So I would definitely recommend this if you have a little bit more money to splurge on these kind of items. The next product is the Botanics All Bright with Hibiscus Cleansing Foam Wash. I've tried some of Botanics products, and I love most of the products that I've tried. I actually really like this foam wash. It's just, it doesn't do anything. Like, I haven't noticed that it does anything really for my skin. It does say for all skin types, which I do believe. It didn't leave my skin feeling dry or like it stripped all the moisture out of my skin. Now, at this point, I've realized that I have combo skin. I have dry, oily skin, but mostly dry skin. And so I always look for products that are more hydrating. And again, I won't say that this is hydrating, but I won't say that it's drying either. It doesn't take off your makeup either. So this is not really one of those makeup remover cleansing washes. So don't try to use it for that. But I will say, if you are someone who double cleanses, I double cleanse, meaning that I take my makeup off with oil and then I cleanse my face. So if you're someone who does double cleansing, this is definitely a great wash to get all the residual makeup off, but you can't use this just to remove your makeup, if you get what I'm saying. So would I repurchase this again? I feel like there's other better face washes out there, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that that is a no for me on this one. Although I did enjoy it while I was using it, there's just nothing particularly special about this. So a next product I did a full entire video on, so I'm just going to give it kind of like a little mention here. This is the Calm by Wellness CBD Tincture Drops. I love this stuff. I've noticed ever since I've run out of it that I feel way different. I'm a lot more sore and kind of just like not a lot of energy, and just feeling a lot more pain that I wasn't feeling while I was on this stuff. And I made a full video of it, which I will leave up here in the link so you guys can check it out. All I can say is that this stuff was absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to get more, because without this stuff I just feel so bleh and so unmotivated and just completely different. So I honestly would definitely repurchase this, and I advise you guys, if you guys are feeling any type of pain or sleeplessness like insomnia or any type of anxiety, then you guys definitely want to try this out. The next product is the Sonia Kashuk Makeup Brush Cleansing Spray. Now this is in the rose water scent. Now this is really, really teeny tiny, is because I got it in a little set that came in a clear bag, and it had this, a cleansing balm, and an actual, I think, spray. Now the spray is long gone. I don't know where the hell it went. I used it up, didn't like it. Oh wait, no, this is the cleansing spray. I'm sorry. So I had the shampoo, a balm, and this spray right here. I didn't like it. This was just, it's so weird for me. I don't understand it. It says, hold bottle 6 inches away from brush and spray evenly onto brush head. Gently swirl the brush head on a paper towel or terry cloth until all makeup is removed. Repeat as needed. Gently dry excess moisture. Reshape bristles and either lay flat or hang bristles side down to dry. I don't know if this is an alternative to washing your makeup brushes, but if it is, that's fucking disgusting. You need to be washing your makeup brushes at least twice a month, especially if you're someone who uses your makeup brushes a lot and very often, like every day. You need to be washing them properly with shampoo and water and rinsing them off and all that good stuff. That's probably why I didn't like this, is because not only did it leave a really strong, weird rose scent on my brushes, but it had like this weird oily texture to it, or oily feeling to it, which was really weird. So whenever I would spray it on my brushes, it would take the makeup off, but I would touch it afterwards and it's like a really weird oily like substance on the brush, and I just didn't like it. Also, when I put makeup on using that same brush after I used this spray, that oily texture was still seeped into the fibers of the brush, and it made my makeup sit on my face very weird, very patchy, because I believe there's oil in this. And so I am just not about the whole makeup spray thing. So would I repurchase this in the full size? Absolutely not. I think that these kind of products are very disgusting because it makes you kind of lazy and prone to not washing your makeup brushes when you should be using just soap and water to be washing them, not scented spray to mask the smell or kind of like take the color off the brush. No, you need to be legitimately washing those nasty suckers. So the next product is this Hask Rosé Wine Inspired Color Protection 10-in-1 Leave-In Spray. I know that's a ridiculously long name. Now I have tried so many of Hask's products, and I don't know what it is, but their products are either very, very dry for my hair, or they leave it very oily, and this is one of those products. I have been looking for a 10-in-1 leave-in spray that's not going to cost an arm and a leg. I don't know if it's called It's a 10 or It's a Miracle 10. It's in a blue bottle. It has a big number 10 on it, and it's one of the well-known 10-in-1 sprays, and I was looking at that and I ain't paying $25 for a 10-in-1 leave-in spray. Okay, your girl just is not that banking, okay? So I cannot afford those kinds of things, so I try out more affordable options like this. This is definitely something that smells absolutely amazing, but it leaves my hair feeling so freaking oily afterwards. And I don't even spray this directly into my hair. Any kind of hairsprays that I have, I always spray it into my hands, kind of massage it through, and then massage it through my ends. This would make my ends feel so oily. It's almost like I had a bajillion products in my hair, and it just wasn't ideal. Also, I feel like this was actually making me break out on my skin. So whenever I tie my hair like this and the bottom of my hair would touch my skin on the back, it would break out, and it was just so freaking weird. And I couldn't pinpoint where these little tiny bumps and breakouts were coming from until I stopped using this, and my breakouts went away. So this is definitely something that I would not repurchase. My friend actually gave this to me because it didn't work on her hair either, and we both have very dry hair. She has very fine hair. I have more thicker hair, but it just didn't work for either of us, which is why she gave it to me to try. And I just gotta say, I can't stand this. Also, the Hask dry shampoo is something that makes my hair very, very oily, and so I'm just probably not ever gonna try any more Hask products because everything that I've tried for them, I've loved the smell and I love what like they're supposed to do, but they just don't really work on my hair. So would I repurchase this again? Probably never. The next products I'm going to be talking about is mouthwash. Yes, I have two of the same types of mouthwash here. They're from the same brand, but they do different things. Now, I actually believe I included this in one of my previous empty videos, and I talked so much shit about it because I didn't like the taste, and I didn't. But I have actually grown to love this mouthwash. This is actually the only mouthwash that I'll use now. Now, the reason why I went back to this is because I noticed something different from this one. Now, I tried this one first, then I tried this one, and then I went back to the blue. Now, this one says fresh breath, so this basically gives you fresh breath throughout the day. This one says healthy gums. Now, it wasn't until I realized that these do actually do different things, and I noticed that this one did not work as well as this one for what I wanted it to. Now I'm gonna go ahead and explain what I mean by that. I am one of those people who gets cold sores, or are they called canker sores? I'm not really sure. I get those sores in my mouth that people normally get on the outside of their face. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's called a cold sore. I get those sores in my mouth that looks like you took a big chunk of your skin and it left a big gaping hole there, and it hurts to eat. It hurts to have anything salty or hot in your mouth, and it just burns to hell, and you're having like watery eyes. Basically canker sores or cold sores, I call them cold sores, in my mouth. And I just get those all the time whenever I'm stressed. Sometimes I notice that I bite the side of my cheek. Whenever I actually bite the inside of my mouth from chewing certain types of food, when I get overly excited, they actually turn into cold sores or canker sores. And for the longest time, I would use like Ambisol to put on the canker sores, or I would use like the numbing stuff that you get for canker sores, and they just temporarily numb, and it really doesn't do anything to heal faster. So when I started using this, I noticed that my canker sores would go away within like 2 or 3 days, when before they would last anywhere from like half a week to an entire week. And it really sucks because whenever you have canker sores in your mouth, it's really hard to eat. And I am a really big fat ass, you guys. I can't stand to not be eating because of a freaking canker sore. I have noticed that this actually helps my sores go away and heal so much faster than any other mouthwash that I've tried, any Ambisol or like numbing type of thing that I've put on my sores. They never go away. It basically is just like a little thing to put on top of it so you can eat food temporarily, and then that's it. Now with this guy, I will say it did leave me with fresh breath, but I could not stand the flavor of this because it was mild mint. So it's almost like watered down mint, which I just can't stand. It either needs to be minty or not minty, and that's why I will never ever get the green one again. I just can't stand the taste. It also really doesn't do anything for me that I'm looking for. Whenever I buy a mouthwash, I am looking for something that's going to make my mouth feeling clean. It's going to make me have fresh breath, and it's also going to help disinfect any kind of sores that I have in my mouth. And this just didn't really do anything at all. I would repurchase this one over and over again. I actually already have a new bottle in my bathroom right now. This is probably the only mouthwash that I will ever use from here on out, because I've tried so many mouthwashes that are organic mouthwashes or natural mouthwashes, and they either just taste really gross or they don't do anything that I notice. These are a little bit pricey, I will say, but I can't not buy this because I just love this stuff so much. So yes, I will definitely repurchase this, and I totally recommend it. All right, you guys, so that is all for my empties. I hope you guys enjoyed, seeing some maybe new things that you might want to try out. Now, just a side note, just because something did not work for me from a particular brand does not mean I have anything against the brand. Also, it does not mean because it didn't work for me that it won't work for you, or vice versa. So don't hold that shit against me. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that big red button that says subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you actually know when I post my videos. And as always, if you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, or if you simply want to talk shit, leave it on in the comment section below, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.